Anyway, before we get copyrighted, anyway, so we're starting it today. So I kind of like this day is kind of like pretty okay to me. It's not like I had the best sleep last night, but like it's that's the only thing that's like really a loophole in this day. But otherwise, day is pretty boring and but I feel I still feel accomplished. So where is my bookmarks? Where are my bookmarks? There we go. And we have the this I used to make thumbnails. Anyway, so we're back once again, and like it's actually pretty early. It's like no, not really. It's like the time that I usually the time that I film these kind of videos. So yeah, just a while ago we had like a dry run since like there's like no class. Okay. Anyway, since like there's no class, no face-to-face class, so there would be synchronous and asynchronous, which we will be having like no, not tomorrow, on Friday. So Friday we would have our reporting, which was supposed to be reported like yesterday. Since there's no class, they're gonna turn it to online, which is really fucking good. My silk pillowcase has arrived. It looks so fancy, and I just picked the right color. Look at this shit. Yeah, look at this. It's so soft. Like, I feel so fucking fancy. Like, I just wish I bought like 2 packs. So, you know. But I was thinking that I would change them like once in a week because I don't know. They're silk, and I only have two. So, well, or maybe I could just after I use them, I could just like wash them separately, and I have to look up how do you really wash silk. Look at this. Look at this shit, man. Look at the folds, and the actual pillow is actually like not that big. Like this is a big pillowcase. Like look, the pillow is like somewhere here, and it still goes up for more. You know, like it goes like that. Fucking love it. I mean, it's not really mulberry. It's pretty much like satin, like synthetic silk. Because I think it is mulberry partly, but it's not 100%. I mean, I could really invest myself into silk, but I don't have a job. Like, it's not a necessity, and this is really for my acne because I sleep. I really sleep like this, like that, like even like this, or just like that. And my it goes like this, and maybe it's the the bacteria, sweat. I sweat a lot, and I am a very oily person. So whatever. What am I doing? So the first question of the day, and the only question: why does believing in a higher power comfort people? Okay, this is a perspective question. Again, let us read the question. Why does believing in a higher power comfort people? Why does believing in a higher power comfort people? So this is the concept between superiority and inferiority. So, but let's not dive into that. Why are some people have power, or because when we talk about the concept of superiority and inferiority, it's somehow the power, say the superior person, they took that power, or like it's artificial, it's not natural. They don't have that authority, they don't have that power from scratch. But some people really have that authority. Some people knows how to handle people, and that those kinds of people are what are they called? They're called leader. They are called leaders, and the ones who are believing or are like following are the followers, of course, like the members of the society or something. So let's just put it like that. Into like in a much simpler terminology or something. There are leaders and there are followers. Me, I, you know, for the past, like since I was, because you could really discover that in pretty much in school, because that's the most conventional way to socialize and to learn and to do everything. And yeah, so these two, these leaders and followers, need each other to they need each other to to know if they really are a leader or not. Because people would say, well, like, yeah, there's like a saying that people are just born leaders. I agree. Yes, it is not like they would be like the president, CEO, the president of something like the king of the world. No, it's pretty much the traits that they have inherited or they have developed through nurturing, through their environment, that would really, really, you know, be fit into leading someone. And it's not like, wait, hold on. So it's not like it's somehow, what do you call this? Like, okay, this is a hard question. The air is really, I mean, I can't really turn it off. I can't turn it down. It's on number three, and if I turn it down, it's gonna be so hot. I'm gonna be all sweats. Like it's like 10, and I'm already sweating shit. Anyway, do people always does believing in a higher power comfort people? Well, yeah, I think the ratio of people who are leaders to followers is around like I say like 30 to 70%. So there should always be people who are followers, and I'm one of those. You know, how? What's the perspective? What's my perspective? First, uh, way before I have never been a leader where I actually led someone in a group or an assignment. I mean, there are minor ones, but I've never felt the accomplishment of doing so because I hated it. I am an introvert. I have social anxiety. I was unaware back then. So I guess I just did that. And when I'm in college, there are many times that you have no choice but to step up and, uh, you know, like just be there. You have to be the leader. And I know there are types of leaders, and I'd be most likely the authoritative one, where it's pretty much telling people to do what to do, and of course guiding them. You're like in a hawk's eye view. Is that even a thing? You know what I mean? What I mean is you view from above. You know, you make sure that everything is okay. That's how I do if I am the leader. So let's go back. So yeah, how how does it come? Why is it so comfortable when you have someone to follow or to believe in a higher power first? Because they are reliable. You know, there's someone you can rely on, someone you can lean against on, someone you can, like they have resources that you don't. They have resources that they're willing to share to you. They have resources that they're willing to use in order to help you. So why bother? Why are like, what's there to hate? What's there to ignore? So you just have to love them for for being there, for I'm getting lightheaded. Look at my eye. Look at my fucking eye. Just stay like that for the whole video. Nah. Anyway, so yeah, because isn't it nice to have someone that you could rely on? I know that feeling, because when you're young, you really have your parents to rely on, and when you're an adult or when you're starting the adulting life, you would feel like, oh my fucking god, I have to do this thing, I have to do chores, I have to pay bills. It's not just getting the money for the bills, but that will be a thing for the future. But you know, you be an adult, and then you have to pay the bills on time, do groceries for like, it depends for like every day, for every week, for a month, for a few months. You have to do that consistently, and you must also make ends meet. And when you're a child, it's like literally just provided to you. That's what you need to feel. So if you were not provided enough, then I'm really sorry to hear that, but you have to understand. You have to be aware, or you have to at least think that it'll be valid, or it is valid, because your parents didn't have much resources, and you, as a person that is going to have a family soon, then you would think that you would be most likely to not have a children when you don't have a stable job and like stable income, stable savings and stuff, for you to actually get someone, or like bring someone else, a baby or another person into this world, which is just really hard because you felt that. So yeah, that's what I mean. So when you grow up, you would feel like your mother and father would be most likely to be relying on you. That is heavy, really, really heavy, because uh, you are much more mature now. Yes, physically, and they would tell things that you would be the one to like take care of them when they're old. You would have, it depends on the situation. You have to be the one who's gonna inherit the family business, inherit your father's, your mother's job, inherit the house, inherit every responsibilities. And for someone who is not mentally prepared for this situation, for this change, this is a hard change. Like, it's not, it is all of a sudden, because you are always comfortable, you are always on your comfort zone, where your parents, let's use this word, have smothered you. And that is not a bad thing. That is love. You know what I mean? That is love. But it would be hard. Like, my dad used to peel oranges for me, but now I have to peel them myself. Like, I'm really lost. You know what I mean? Like, I'm really lost. I can't really. So, question again. You know, I can't I can't believe it myself. It's not like I am much more adequate, or I can deal with adult stuff unlike my parents did for me. So yeah, so you would really miss believing in a superior power, because you feel comfortable. You are on your comfort zone. So nevertheless, you know what I mean. When you're a human, you have to keep going. You will learn one way or another. That feeling will pass, and you will grow as a person, where you will be a full-grown adult. Because no matter like how life is, you will still be an adult with responsibilities, unless you have like a shit ton of money. You will still have some responsibilities, but you know what I mean. You have to accept it. I know people can't. A lot of people can't. They just want to be young forever. But when you start to embrace it, that's when you start to really understand that it's not too bad. You can still be young, but boring, stuff like that. So yeah, that's it. So, and I introduced the superior and inferiority complexes and stuff. Well, yeah, given by the nurturing environment, let's talk about the grown adults, where they have a need to rise on the pyramid, to get on top of the pyramid, and uh, broken people who are always so inferior and are really vulnerable and susceptible into the hands of people who have this superiority complex. So they would be rather manipulated into, following this superior person, or they would have clash where the superior person would shit on. I don't, I'm sorry for the language. This superior person would really just do bad things to this inferior person, and the inferior person would feel more inferior. And it's not always like everybody else would be inferior if there is some who are superior. No, pretty much like, let's just say pure people who are just not either, like people are mediocre. Out of 8 billion people, do you really think that everybody, like 50% would be superior, 50% would be inferior? No, people are mid, and I think that's like people who fall on the midline when they realize that they are just mediocre at everything, then that would really, really just help them live their life to the fullest. Because you don't have to try so hard in doing this. Like, you don't have to feel bad because you can't do this. So, yeah. So, going back to the question, why does believing in a higher power comfort people? Because they are not guided enough, because they can't appreciate themselves, they can't appreciate their life. So they need someone to relate to, or they need someone to guide to. The like is really bad. The good one is the guiding, where this person could literally have a lot of people following them and like setting a goal for everybody. It's like really good, a really good goal too, like a life goal. And the other thing is where this higher power person would uh, yeah, they would manipulate, still manipulate, not really manipulate, but they would inspire people, but they would teach really, not good things on like doing life. And these followers, because since they love their comfort so much, that this leader is is trying to, you know, trying to stimulate to them. It's all an illusion. It's pretty much a cult. Yeah, this is a cult. I'm describing a cult. They have a one goal, but it's not for the good. So that's it. Whatever they do, then it really is not good, because they are literally worshiping someone who they think is superior, that who is also a human being. You know what? Is it really bad? I think I want to do another video. This is my own. I have my own question where, which is worse, believing or no? Which is worse, believing or not believing that there is a supreme deity that we cannot see, which is either either spirit, either someone who was descended from heaven, or is it worse, or better to believe on someone who you can't see, who is not human, who has no physical form, uh, like a supreme deity, or is it worse to believe in another person, or pretty much be part on a cult? Basically, is it worse to? I've been repeating the question, but is it worse to believe in a god that who has no physical form than believing in a cult leader who has a physical form? Really, I'm gonna do that tomorrow, I think. So I think, yeah, the conclusion is yes, because people in times of hysteria, in times of panic, that's when everybody is at their wits' end. Everybody is desperate. So when there's someone who steps up, who who contains or has the traits, who is composed, who is confident, who is know their words, how to persuade these kinds of people, then of course gonna turn out well. That is my thumbnail. Bye.